And it's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Orange Dungeon today, giving it to you real raw rugged. And I got somebody on the other line, I guess you could say. I'll let him introduce himself, man. Who we got?
It's your boy James Davis.
How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. Just finished working out.
Hey, man, you got a full fit on. You worked on the fit, nigga.
I got the workout shirt on under. I got the cutoff. You know what I'm saying? I don't be working out in the drip.
Yeah, I was saying, man, you ain't got fresh. That boy got the watch on, man. Boy, I should have got fresh. I just got damn Byron on, boy. That nigga said he dressing like some hoes finna see this, boy. So hey, man, I
You
feel
gotta
you,
you gotta
man.
stay ready.
That's a fact, man. Hey, I be walking around with a bonnet on, man. I do not be ready, man. I don't be ready at all. I mean, I guess you've been like a public figure. Is that a good way to say it? A public figure?
Yeah, I guess that works.
You've been a public figure. Do you like have that on your mind? Like somebody might see me and like be like, damn, that nigga look like a bum today. So you just gotta stay fresh.
I mean, somewhat. You're a person, but you're also a brand, a product. So at all times, I try to keep that in mind. But sometimes you just gotta go out there just in your whatever sweats or or your bonnet or your what have yous, and you just chilling and you comfortable. Either way, like the I'm me. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all right.
Have you ever just worn something like, all right, nobody's gonna see me here, but you actually get recognized and you're like, damn, I probably should have like put on something better than this.
Hmm. I can't remember a time, but I'm sure probably has happened. Or I probably played it off and like saw somebody kind of recognizing me, but they didn't come up to me, and
Mm.
I didn't really stay there to. Because sometimes you can see somebody seeing you, and you kind of stay there and let the moment happen, where they're like, "Aren't you that guy from?" But
Yeah.
sometimes you just duck off, like, "Nah, it's
Yeah,
not
that's
me."
the worst. Like, I go to Walmart and I'm like, hey, ain't nobody finna be at Walmart. It'd be like 50 bad girls in Walmart. I'm like, yeah, I'm
Mm.
ashy right now. My nigga, my hair not done. Nigga, I look wild right now. So I'm just nigga, I run to the goddamn meat section. Nigga, pew, well, I gotta get out there fast, man. So yeah,
I
it's definitely a weird thing.
I call it a L when I'm not when I'm really bummy and I see some baddies. It's just like I'm not even there. I hide. I'm witness protection. I'm not even there.
Has
Don't
that
see me
always
like
been
this.
what about to say?
I just say don't. I'm saying to them, don't see me like this.
No, that's a fact. Like even like before the fame, were you always a person, I guess, that tried to like dress well and keep yourself up, or is that just something that you just started trying to do?
No, I mean, my grandma like will low key like roast us when like we didn't dress well. So like I just I've always been aware of like fashion and looking your best because I was just raised to just look my best. It's just something about my family. I don't know what it is. Some superficial whatever, but like my grandma would be on your head if you came looking kind of bummy around her.
Now, old people, they definitely have like a habit of like, let's say if you go to like a family reunion or whatever, they be like, oh yeah, you look good, and then as soon as you leave, they're gonna talk behind your back. I don't know why old black people do that. They definitely do that. Oh, girl, you see what
My,
James had on? It's like, damn.
my grandma talking in front of your face. Like one time, literally, we were going to some family reunion function, and I was with my cousin, and she looked at both of us and she said, "Well, at least one of my grandbabies look nice today."
Wow.
This is in front of me and my mom, so she was shading me and my mom's parenting. But
Jeez.
whatever.
Oh, so you was the one that wasn't looking good.
Yeah, I was the one who she wasn't proud of.
You remember what you had on?
Some K Swiss shoes, and some. I looked like I was going to school and I was about to play around or something. Probably like I wasn't dressed up as much as I could because I didn't feel like dressing up.
I
And then
feel like
it's probably after that moment that I kind of just, when it's time to dress up, or if it's a decision between looking good and taking that off and not looking good, I'll just go with looking good.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's a black thing. I don't know if you agree or not, but I just feel like that whole like, what we talking about right now is a black thing. Would you agree with that?
I mean, black people are always trying to get like a leg up in the game, and so sometimes fashion, whatever it takes to just be looked at a little differently, you'll do. So like, especially black men, we got so much going against us, so many people judging us before we open our mouths. And sometimes a lot of us just try to look as good as we can to just get ahead as much as possible before we even open our mouths.
Mm.
You know,
Is there anything that you like consciously, I don't know, try to get a leg up on outside of fashion? Like you being a black man, be like, okay, I got to do this to get a leg up on everybody else.
I think like just naturally, I just I play golf. I went to private school. I was an English major, so I took writing classes. There's just like organic things that I'm skilled in a little bit that not like the average dude may or may not have that skill. So I'm aware of that. But besides that, I mean, there's none. I don't. Do I do anything else to really? Nah, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to read.
You read?
Yeah. What? Read? You read?
Black person reading. Hey
I mean,
man,
that's definitely one of the cheat codes out here is
yeah.
reading. Yeah, So I try, and I'm not out here crazy heavy reading like a book a week, but I do my best to keep a book on me.
What's interesting that you said that you're an English major. I just like instantly made me think like, are you one of those type of people that when you text somebody, you like correct them, like you spelled this word
No,
wrong.
I ain't no like grammar Nazi, but
Okay.
at the same time, I'm aware. Sometimes I gotta just add a little extra slang just to be normal, even though I could hit you with the super proper English at all times. Like, I want to be an everyday person, so sometimes I change my your to a yo, and all the other stuff. It's
Got to
just
dumb it down for the niggas, basically.
yeah, and everybody. So I'm just like not nerded out, just like sounding like I'm sending an email every time I send a text message. Make it conversational.
Interesting because I feel like so I was doing this video one time, and the video was it was like a little public interview video, and the question was why do girls like hood niggas?
Hmm.
And just naturally, I went to a white girl, naturally asked her. I didn't ask her why do girls like hood niggas. I said why do girls like bad boys? Just a natural like I guess code switch is what they call it. So I guess being an English major, do you find yourself code switching around? Well, not even English major. You just being around like white people and black people a lot. Do you find yourself code switching a lot doing that?
Less and less now because I
Really?
realize that. I mean, the more, especially when when you're in a more of a boss situation or you're selling yourself as a product, you want authenticity is is key. So I am who I am, and I don't want to I don't want to sell something that I'll have to keep up for 2 or 3 seasons, and I'm not really that person. But at the same time, like when I'm around my niggas, I do say nigga. I do. I think I do. It's like organic, but I guess it's more like just I'm cleaner. I censor myself a little bit more as a professional, and less about race or like because they may not understand what I'm talking about. This is more of the professionalism.
Yeah, I definitely I feel you because when I interview certain people, like I interview a black person, and I feel like they're so used, for whatever reason, so used to getting interviewed by like white people. Like I said, it just naturally just made it might not say nigga as much as they would around like you said, their homeboys or something like that. So when I
Mm-hmm.
interview like certain black people, I realize that they're like, oh, I'm in an interview, I got to get in interview mode. It's kind of weird because I feel they're not talking how they would talk if they was with their homeboys or whatever. So, do
Mm-hmm.
you think that's because of a professional thing? Because I try to make people feel comfortable, like, bro, you don't got to do that. Like, I'm talking like a nigga, you know what I'm saying? So, why do you think it's that?
I think it's just like you never know. I mean, I didn't really do the research of knowing what the demographic is who watches this. I don't know. I haven't seen past episodes to know if people are cussing like crazy on this show or not.
Oh, they are. They are.
So, but since I hadn't done that research, you just kind of enter the situation. Just me, I just focus on being honest. And I guess in general, when the camera goes up, I'm just more aware of what I'm saying and more conscious of what I'm saying, just because you know this is an opportunity to either sell myself or it's either helping me or hurting me.
Mm.
No in between. So yeah, I don't know. All those thoughts are just in a lot of our heads when we have these interview situations.
Mm. Well, I did interview somebody that you're. I would imagine that you're cool because I think you follow him on Instagram. Real nigga. Shout out to Jack Knight. You remember Jack Knight, right?
Yeah,
Shout out
I
to
know
Jack
that
Knight.
dude.
You and him. Actually, this is one thing for whatever reason on the internet. I don't know if you know this or not. It really doesn't say where you're from. I just assume you're from LA because of Hood Jason, right?
Right.
Literally, when I googled it, it said you're like from 3 different places. I don't know if you know that's a thing or not, but that's a thing.
Nah.
That's a
Where
thing.
does it say I'm from?
It says you're from LA. One said you're from Kansas, and I forget the other one. I just remember LA and Kansas. And I was like, I don't think this nigga's from Kansas. I was like, I don't think this nigga's from Kansas. You're not from Kansas, right?
Nah, not at all. But
You
I
have
mean, there's
family
other
from
James
Kansas?
Davises. James Davis is like a common name, so
Mm,
there's there's just a lot of James Davis out there.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
There's a band actually named James Davis.
Really? Are they good?
I mean, they're signed. They're making music. I haven't listened to much of their stuff, but no, they're good. Yeah, they're good.
Okay. Is it just like one nigga or is a couple niggas named James Davis?
His siblings, three siblings. I don't know how the name came up, but like they have some reason.
Well, I guess take a step back a little bit. For the people that's like watching this, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but you're a comedian, and I feel like it's really interesting when I interview comedians because I try to interview niggas who are good comedians, and I feel like to be a good comedian, you got to be smart. And you saying that you're an English major, you did all these things, seems like you're a pretty intelligent person. So would you agree that to be a good comedian, you have to be smart? Because I feel like to be a good comedian, you have to make everybody laugh, and a dumb nigga can't make everybody laugh.
Yeah, I said yeah. You don't have to be book smart. You don't have to be like.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying.
But yeah, there's a level of wit, of intelligence, of social knowledge or whatever that you gotta have for sure.
Do you was that something like growing up? Did you like try to get as much knowledge and wit as you could to be a good comedian, or was that just something that you just wanted to have?
I just I just was I just kind of was naturally smart. Like I've always been kind of I guess smart. Like I skipped second grade. I don't know. Yeah, I just been smart. And I don't know why I chose an English major, but I think maybe I wanted to be a lawyer or something. But I've always found confidence in like uh yeah, confidence in intelligence. A lot of people like, they're like, I don't want to be a nerd. Like I don't want to be a nerd, but like I've always thought it's cool to be smart.
Hmm. It's crazy. I went to a school where niggas get laughed at for being smart, so it's very interesting. You say you went to private school, right?
Yep.
So you probably didn't experience that.
I mean, no, I mean I was not laughed at for being smart. But I also wasn't like chest I was smart, but I wasn't like some straight A. Like I don't know, I wasn't that far off and hanging out with the smart kids, and I wasn't smart in everything. I just kind of was smart.
What was your best subject in school?
I guess maybe English or math. I don't really remember everything. I just didn't want to do any homework, so I mean, it all felt really hard to do. So I just would thug it out, and some things I would be able to still pull off a great grade. Other things I was struggling to pass.
It's crazy you mentioned homework and math. 'Cause I was definitely gonna say, "Oh, you a math nigga? You might want to do some of my homework, man. Because math not fun. Man. Definitely not a math nigga. That's crazy. I feel like a lot of comedians wouldn't be good at math. I don't know why. I don't know what logic I'm getting from that. I literally just made that up, but I just feel like the correlation between math and comedians just doesn't work.
Actually, for me, there's a lot of math in comedy and in writing in general.
Mm, explain.
Because Like in math, sometimes they'll be like 5 plus X equals 15.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's almost like a story. You got your beginning, you got your end, but you don't have the middle, and you got to figure out the middle based on what the, the information that you have about the beginning and the end. That's what it is with writing and jokes. Sometimes you'll have half you'll have half the joke or parts ideas of jokes, and then you have to like weave them together, like make them make sense. Sometimes you'll have a punchline but no setup yet. Sometimes you'll have just 2/3 of a joke, but you're missing a connecting piece. You have to like look outside and like kind of just find that puzzle piece and figure it out like it's a math problem. It's weird.
You know what I would call that? I feel like that's more critical thinking than math. You think?
I mean, critical thinking, yeah, but even just the organization. I don't know. I feel like even the organization of a set, the times, there's a little bit of I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's critical thinking, but I'm just there's a lot of like numbers and moving things around.
Hey, well, you had it
Yeah.
mathematically down to the T on Hood Adjacent, man. It's a good show.
Thank you.
It's
I
a good
appreciate
show, man. I just want to talk about a couple of my favorite little bits from that, man.
it. Okay.
The D-Ray versus D-Ray thing, I thought it was really funny. I
Thank
thought,
you.
I thought it was what we're kind of talking about right now. It was like kind of like the, it's kind of almost like the ignorance and the like the yang and the yin almost. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was really cool. I thought D-Ray Davis was really good at that. I was what did he say? He said something to the effect of like I don't know. I think he assumed D-Ray Davis would go to college. He was like, "You think I go to college or something like that?" And I
Mhm.
just thought that was good stuff, man. So I just want to know like what made you even think of that? That was really good.
Well, I did work with Funny or Die in the past, so I was aware of Between Two Ferns when they had that over there just online. And I don't know, I just thought it'd be funny between two D-Rays, like especially during that time, D-Ray McKesson was really hot, and D-Ray Davis is like my big homie.
Mm.
So like that was like an easy call for me to get one of the D-Rays, and then once we got the activist D-Ray, I don't know. I just thought that whole thing of yin and yang and like very different black thoughts on subjects, and me
Yeah.
being in the middle, just kind of like giving dry humor and just kind of I don't know playing around with all of it. I don't know. It was just something that just seemed funny on paper, and I was like, if we can make this happen, it will be funny.
Something I realized, I'm not gonna lie. After that, D-Ray the activist nigga definitely fell off. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that nigga. They got that nigga out of here after that. So I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Hoodie Gibson definitely was. Huh?
he's like beefing with like Sean King,
No,
the other
that nigga.
activist dude. It's
Yeah,
like
that,
it's never a good sign.
yeah. After that, man, they was like, "Ain't this nigga finessing Ferguson out of money?" I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh man." So,
yeah.
so I think D-Ray Davis took the W on that right there, man. Another one of my favorites, probably my favorite, and I feel like it's probably one of the more popular ones. Is definitely the one is the Hood Pass one. That was a
Yes.
really good one. I love when the LA nigga came. Was like, what's going on here, cuz? What's going on here, home? And that was a really interesting one. I love the way what was old boy name? The Hood Pass
Baseball.
nigga? Baseball. Yeah, I love the way baseball. He stood firm. He stood firm, man. He ain't shake at all. He not bend, not break. He sat there, man. He explained it, and I thought that was really solid that young man right there. So I gotta say, shout out you for picking the right nigga, because another nigga would have probably like froze up, man. So
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
baseball, man. He hit it out the park, man. Shout out the baseball,
It was. Yeah, I mean, when that was happening, I was like, this is a little scary, but also gold.
man.
I knew both. I knew if we can get out of here and all this is on camera, this should be good. And I mean, it's crazy because yeah, that was just like, I think that was in the pilot. That right there was like what got the whole show sold. but at the same time, I feel like it was so scary for the production and the network. I don't know, so raw that I don't feel like I was able to really tap into that as much for the rest of the season as I wanted to.
Did they not want that, or was that what it was? Were they too like nervous on that?
Yeah, kind of nervous slash not knowledgeable of hood culture enough, or yeah, just
Yeah.
not comfortable with hood culture. And if I'm the only person who understands something, and I'm trying to convince you know my showrunner, and then my network person, it's just so many people, so many layers that things either get watered down or they stay on the they don't make it to the show.
Interesting thing about it, me being the person I am, when I seen it, I was like, yo, the dude who like checked y'all, I was like, this is a perfect guy right here. Like to me, like he was a hood nigga, but he didn't look threatening. He had on like very like book smart glasses. Like he was kind of like a big dude or whatever. I was like, this is like a lovable guy right here. And I was just like, that's just some LA stuff. See, if that was in Florida, which I'm from Florida, I feel like the optic of it would even look crazy because dudes with Kodak dreads coming up like that just
Right.
look crazy. Like, like even I would have been, my heart would have went to my shoes right now. But it's crazy that you said even they were a little cautious on it and whatnot because it could have went crazy. So you said like some things don't make the cut or whatnot because of, I guess they don't want to risk certain things. Were there certain things that didn't make the cut that you really fought for?
Yeah, for sure. Like there was we shot this neighborhood watch kind of segment where we had baseball sit down with a white neighborhood watch group and pretty much share his like Crip neighborhood watch uh skills and pretty much how like the hood niggas protect the hood, and he had them doing that. I don't know, it was funny because it was these like neighborhood watch, like suburban white people, like really trying to be on their Crip shit.
That sounds
And
like a great idea.
but they just didn't get it. They didn't understand. And also, I mean, the white people were the butt of the joke, you know?
Mm.
And I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but they just were really, they felt like they didn't understand they just didn't get it. And I thought it was hilarious. It was hilarious. It was so hilarious. Like they all got gang names, like it was great. But they didn't want to put it on the air.
Well, let's brainstorm together because I feel like you might be the only one. What is the last show on Comedy Central that had hood shit in it?
I
That
mean,
was
they got
really
they got a
popular.
show on right now called Southside. Have you seen that?
The Chicago show, right? I haven't seen it, but I know
It's
about
good. It's
it.
good.
It's good.
It's got hood shit.
It's got hood shit in it.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. But okay, the thing is, do you think that they'll keep it renewing? Like a show like Tosh.0, a white guy, very marketable white guy, you keep that going on forever. But shows like Southside, which I haven't seen, but I'm gonna take your word for it. It's good, got some hood shit in it. Shows like yours, like, do you think that they'll keep renewing these shows with a lot of black elements to it? Because white people might see that and really not get it. And I would imagine Comedy Central target base is white people, like young white men.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's more white people than minorities. I mean, they gave Southside a second season.
Mm.
So that means something. And I think, but they do for my show. It needed some time to grow and just get its feet, because while it was funny and people liked it, it's got to grow on a network like where there's no other hood shit on it, and no stuff like that. So yeah, it may not on the first season be Chappelle show numbers, but people are watching it, and then the second season is going to grow and it's going to grow, so they definitely need patience with shows like black shows and other shit.
Now, for whatever reason, well, I know why, because a lot of people don't really watch TV that much, but YouTube really, really popping. So after you see that that show isn't really going that well over with the execs and they're throwing stuff down that you really want to be in the show, do you ever think about like try to create like I don't know, like try to make that more of like a YouTube thing?
Nah, because I mean that show is it's a Comedy Central show, and that I'll and then what I do is I just create other ideas and then I pitch it to everybody, YouTube, Netflix, whatever. And so yeah, I'm aware of YouTube and they're a viable option, but it's not the only option.
Hmm. So what else do you have coming up?
Well, I have a game show on Netflix right now called Awake. Uh, I shot a spinoff to Ridiculousness for MTV. It's called WTFness. It's just one episode that they're gonna drop and see how people like it. That's coming out, and then I'm just building. Just doing a lot of writing.
Let me know. I don't want to keep it for too long. I appreciate the interview. Is there anything else you gotta say before you get out of here?
Hey man, I don't do a lot of these things, man. So I appreciate your energy, man. You got a good vibe. Keep doing this thing, dog. And whatever the ultimate goal is, you can do it, man. This is the first step. I respect what you got going on.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It was like a 27-minute interview. It's a really good interview too, man. Like I said, my comedian interviews, for whatever reason, I don't know, they're always really good interviews, and yeah, so keeping the lineage going, man. I really appreciate that. So for everybody watching right now, well, not right now, but whatever. I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. Y'all holla at your boy. And that is